They're calling it Dixon of Dock Green for the 21st century, or neighbourhood policing, if you prefer. According to Cleveland Police, the future of law enforcement is all about familiar faces patrolling the same streets day after day. But some of those faces could belong to 16-year-old support officers out on the beat alongside regular police. So how is this news being received? Damien O'Neill reports from Hartlepool.
It's a big new plan and it involves 600 police and community support officers, all of whom are being given detailed neighbourhood beats. Cleveland Police says it's what the public wants. But the accusation that community support officers are just policing on the cheap has never totally gone away, and Cleveland's Chief Constable is refusing to rule out the recruitment of 16-year-olds, as in other parts of the country.
Well, I think it's a shame that in some areas they've got some very bad press. But if you go and speak to people in Hartlepool, they see them as a reassuring uniform presence on the street, people who deal with graffiti, antisocial behaviour, the things that really cause a problem in people's lives.
Would you be happy to take on a 16-year-old, as has happened elsewhere?
I don't think age is the important thing. If the person is able to do the job, that's what's important. I think we worry too much about age at both ends of the spectrum.
Now, neighbourhood policing's been trialled right across Hartlepool, and this is exactly the sort of place where the effects should have been felt. It's a quiet residential estate which has nevertheless had a few problems with antisocial behaviour, particularly at the parade of shops up the road there. So we've come down to have a chat with local people to find out if neighbourhood policing has actually made any difference to them at all.
The kids over the shops have chased a lot of them away. They used to get a lot of trouble with the kids over there. So it is an improvement, yeah.
And what about the notion of a 16-year-old community support officer? How would you feel about that?
Well, I think if he's old enough, he's big enough. I was away at sea when I was 15 on invasion, so if I could go up to 15, they can go to 16.
What about these community support officers? Are they as good as the real police?
Well, I think so. I think that, you do see them wandering around. So.
And do you think a 16-year-old would be old enough to do that job?
I doubt it. No. I think you want to be 18, something like that, 20.
They're there to do a job, and we see them quite often. Yeah, we do see them quite often. So I would go as far as to say yes, because they're restricted in what they can do.
Would you be happy with a 16-year-old doing that job?
Well, it's an experience, isn't it? But give them a chance to get the experience. Why not?
So, neighbourhood policing seems to have been generally well received, at least in this small part of Hartlepool. But now that it's being rolled out across the rest of the county, you can be sure that other forces in the region will be watching very carefully.